Welcome. It's the Matic. It's the illest blurred in the land. Back to Matic. Welcome back, Legends community. It's the hardest working blurred on YouTube. I am back with a new video today. And actually, this is going to be a continuation video on one of my previous video game topic videos on Crash Bandicoot 5 being canceled. So, Matic came across some information yesterday while online, and it seems like there's some new evidence that has surfaced on why Crash Bandicoot 5 probably didn't work out the way it should have. And it seems like this game may have been overly ambitious. So let's get into it. The canceled Crash Bandicoot 5 was a crossover game. Activision. Wow, really? So, recently, Toys for Bob did a documentary, and pretty much they explained on some of the challenges that they had with Crash Bandicoot 5. And one of the challenges that they mentioned is that this game was, in fact, going to be a crossover game, meaning that we would have saw another character from another gaming franchise within the game. Now, the character that we almost had a crossover game with for Crash Bandicoot 5 is no other than Spyro the Dragon. Wow. Woo. That's interesting. Very interesting that Activision, also known as Toys for Bob, decided that they wanted to do a fifth Crash Bandicoot game as a crossover game. I don't know. I really think this wasn't a good idea, because let me just tell you this right now, guys. This was going to be the continuation or follow-up from Crash Bandicoot 4, and I think it would have been a disaster. Matic gotta keep it real with y'all. I think this game would have been a disaster. Don't get me wrong. There are some dope crossover games, but this one right here, nah. It just don't sit right with me. You know what I'm saying? Seeing Crash and Spyro in one world, and maybe this is why the game probably became complicated, because now you're not just catering to Crash Bandicoot, you're catering to Spyro the Dragon as well. And maybe this is why the game didn't get completely finished. It was overly ambitious. Think about it. You have fans of Spyro, right? You have fans of Crash Bandicoot. Then you have fans that are fans of both gaming franchises. This probably would have been a much bigger challenge to cater to this audience, or audiences, I should say, because at the end of the day, if the game flops, no one's gonna buy it. You know what I'm saying? Realistically, I see why they canceled Crash Bandicoot 5, because maybe this wasn't something that they felt like was going to be a successful game. You have to remember, Crash hasn't really been doing good. The fourth game, Crash Bandicoot, only sold 5 million units. And you have to remember the Crash trilogy. The previous 3 games from the original Crash Bandicoot sold 20 million units. So, maybe they realized, if this game doesn't succeed, we're still in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Because the 4th game didn't sell well. And if we put out this 5th game, this means that we could lose more money, because it's not generating money for gamers to go buy it or cop it digitally, and even physically. It's definitely something that surprised me. But I think Toys for Bob made the right move. When I think about it now, it's like I really didn't want Crash Bandicoot 5 to be a crossover game. I wanted it to be a Crash Bandicoot game. I didn't want some other character from another gaming franchise coming to intervene to help him fight these other characters from his universe. Nah. It just don't sit right with me. It's good to know that it didn't take forever to find out that the reason why Crash 5 probably wasn't finished was because of this. I think the studio realized that this may not be a good idea, because just because you have ideas, let me just throw that out there too. Just because you have ideas, not every idea should be fleshed out. You know what I'm saying? Into something that's gonna be great. There's some ideas that are just hit or miss, right? Um, well, Activision, I'm looking forward to maybe a new Spyro game. When I think about it now, it's like, well, we not getting Crash 5. Could we at least get another Spyro game that we haven't seen in quite a while? I guess only time will tell. I mean, there have been rumors surfacing about that too, by the way. But it is a blur living in the world, guys. You tell me in the comments. How do you feel about a Crash crossover game with Spyro? And my next question for you guys is, are you surprised that Crash Bandicoot 5 wasn't finished? Probably because this game probably was a bit of a challenge for the game developer guys. You tell me in the comments, guys. It's a blur. Live in the world, guys. Thank you so much for commenting, liking, subscribing, also watching the video. And also, I have reached 1390 subs. And my next sub goal is to reach 14,000 subs. So if you really like the content, please go check out some of the old content if you can. And also check out some of the playlists. It's a blur living world, guys. Have a wonderful day, legends. And I am out.